the final round of the Scottish Virtual Drift Series Season 3. I'm your host, Brandon, alongside Kian, and it has been a great season, amazing runs, but we do have a lot up for grabs. Obviously, we got Darius Ostreika waiting at the line, but he has got the chance of getting £150 mixed with a GT Omega ART Simulator cockpit, kindly donated by GT Omega. And we have second place getting £150 with a GT Omega Pro Series Gen 2 chair, and third place with £150 cash and a hard charger for the series, £50. So that's what's up for grabs. This is what's on the line. Darius Ostreika is aiming for that first place. He is very, very likely going to win the season, but we'll have to see. Could it be heartbreak? We will have to see. But I am going to be going into the qualifying very shortly, so I am going to leave you in the capable hands of Kian. I hope he's here with me.
I'm back.
There we go. Welcome to the final round, and I will see you all shortly after I've done my qualifying.
As you can clearly tell, Mr. Brandon Carter today is doing qualifying, and he's actually decided to do a round. But on the line we have Darius Ostreika, as Brandon mentioned, is in the championship fight here. Can it be heartbreak, or can it be victory for Darius Ostreika as we just wait for the lights to go green here on his first qualifying run of the final round of Series 3 Round 4 of SVDS, as we just wait for the lights to go green. As I would gladly like to thank GT Omega for coming on as a huge sponsor, as you mentioned, as Brandon has mentioned before, with interruption, but Darius Ostreika off the line here, gets perfect into clip 1, into clip 2, very deep into clip 2 in night here in Driftland of SVDS, as Darius Ostreika just doing what he has to do, putting down a run, perfect into clip 4 as we come into clip 5, perfect again from Darius Ostreika as we come into clip 6, perfect on the line. Darius Ostreika just doing what the championship leader would do best and rounds up his first run. As he brings it back to the line here, we have on the run for his first run, that is an 84 on the board for Darius Ostreika here. Great banker lap to start with, and a great run to give you a preview of what we are running tonight. And as I kindly got interrupted by Darius Ostreika, I'd like to thank GT Omega for coming on board as a huge sponsor with all our prize giveaways for this season. As Brandon mentioned, I'm not going to mention it again, but Darius mentioned, or Darius should I say, Brandon, sorry, people getting mixed up here. We have a lot of prizes to give away here, and I do thank GT Omega for coming on board, as we have Darius Ostreika come to the line again for his second run. I'm sorry to interrupt, but he has got an 80.3 on his first run, which is just he's going to have to push to his limits here for the championship, and he is. Darius Ostreika off to an absolute flyer here as he just puts it pinpoint perfect as we come into outside zone 3, into outside zone 4. Darius Ostreika is not lifting it through that decel zone. Darius Ostreika has not lifted once on this track yet, as we see Driftland at night into clip 7. Into clip 7 he goes perfect around the line, and that is a great lap from Darius Ostreika to round it up, as we see his scores coming through here. As we just await for his run to come through, we have Nicholas to the line, an 84.7 for Darius Ostreika. Can that be an upset? Darius Ostreika has to just come top 5 in the championship, or top 5 in qualifying here tonight, to claim that championship, as we have Nicholas in that lovely R33 Skyline on the line here. Let's see, can he top qualifying here tonight, as Nicholas leads the line coming into clip 1, and he's flicking it on. Oh, big flick from Nicholas here into, as we come into clip zone 2. Nicholas doing just doing what he needs to do, a banker lap, just get it used to the groove of the track at night. As we come into outside zone 4, no diesel from Nicholas either, just timing it perfect, timing it, coming into outside zone 5, into outside zone 6, absolutely pinpoint perfect here from Nicholas in a banker lap in his first run, just doing what he has to do, leading down a proper line, just doing what he has to do perfect as he comes up to the line for his second run. And it is a 78.7 on the board for Nicholas. Can Nicholas do better? Nicholas absolutely flings it into clip 1 into clip 2, leading down the perfect run here from Nicholas. Well, I say perfect, but I can see as much as you see, but the judges can see a lot more than you can. But Nicholas just putting down what he has to do perfect as he comes into outside zone 6. Just doing what he has to do, trying to get a score on the board. But oh, big correction there from Nicholas as he comes into clip 7. Let's see what the judges have to say about that for run 2 for Nicholas. And it looks like a 67 in that second run for Nicholas. Will it be enough to get him into qualifying into the battles with a 78.7 as we have Emilis on the line here in that A90 Super? Let's see what Emilis can do. Emilis big flip into clip 1 as we come into clip 2. He is not going to let that championship away easily. He is going to try and crawl back a few points here. And he's just doing what he has to do, deep in the outer zone. Oh, but a huge straight from Emilis. And oh, that is just completely off his run there. And that is going to be a 0 on the board for Emilis Valeika in that A90 Supra. And it's a pity because it was coming on to a high points run for Emilis Valeika. As we see what he can do in the second run here is Emilis Valeika in that black plain A90 Supra. Not a popular choice in SVDS. There isn't many people who run A90 Supras, but in fairness, I kind of like the car. 2JZ under the bonnet of that car. It's a nice car Emilis has put together. We shall see what Emilis can pull in through the second run. As he sends it off the line, the lights go green here. Emilis needs to put down an absolute banker of a lap, and he does as he comes into clip 1 with an absolute throwdown, and clip 2 absolutely pinpoint perfect. Just a bit shallow though, clip 3, as he has to use a huge flick. Was that a slight wheel drop at the front though? Oh, and a huge 2 wheels off for Emilis Valeika as he comes into clip 6 here. So let's see what he can do. Not going to let off easy. Emilis wants to set down a run, and he does, coming into clip 7. Great run from Emilis Valeika, but a few little slight corrections. Will it be enough to get him into the battles as we wait for the judges' scores to come true? And it is a 52.7 on the board for Emilis Valeika, should I say. Sorry, I'm Irish. I'm not good at these foreign pronunciations. No offense to these all, but we have David Mckeever. Now that's a name I can pronounce. David Mckeever on the line here. Let's see what David Mckeever can do in that BMW E92 Eurofire. Let's see what he can do. Big flip from David Mckeever on to clip 2. He is not going to let this away easy. He wants to top qualify David Mckeever. Who wouldn't want to top qualify in SVDS round 4 here tonight? As he's just not going to let down a slight decel from David Mckeever, which is allowed, and is pinpoint perfect on clip 6. Or clip 5, should I say, coming into clip 6. Pinpoint perfect. Let's see what he can do coming into clip 7. And it's just perfect on that line from David Mckeever. Great run from David Mckeever to show you what he can do as we wait for a judge's decision to come true here for his first run. It is a 71.3 on the board for David Mckeever. He's going to have to make a huge improvement. Big straight line initiation though from David Mckeever. Can that be points deducted? But we won't know until we get a judge's decision to come through here. As he comes into clip 6, decel zone in clip 6, and he comes in and he flows it in to, oh, should I say clip 4? Alright, listen, look, it's my first time looking at the track, okay? I've been busy. I have been doing a million and one things. So, yeah, when Brandon comes back, he will have a better, clear observe of the track. But yeah, you get the gist of it here. And it's a 76 on the board for David Mckeever as we move it on to James Young, I believe. So James Young unfortunately isn't here to make it to the competition. We move it on to Adrian Ahlgreen on the line in that beautiful 180 SX, should I say. And let's see if his car is as good as his driving. Or should I say his driving as good as his car. Adrian Ahlgreen sits in the line as the lights go green here. Let's see what Adrian can pull out of the bag here. Big flick initiation onto the wall onto clip 1. Outside into outside zone 2. Wow, huge angle though from Adrian Ahlgreen coming into clip 3 as he transitioned. Big flick transition onto clip 4 and a slight decel into clip 4. And wow, Adrian Ahlgreen is showing you guys here tonight why SVDS is what SVDS is. We produce the greatest drivers in sim drifting. As we come across from clip 7, Adrian Ahlgreen, great beautiful run from Adrian Ahlgreen as we see what the judges have to say about that first run for Adrian Ahlgreen. And it is a 77.3 on the board for Adrian Ahlgreen. Let's see, can he improve in that second run? As Adrian Ahlgreen comes, and big flick initiation from Adrian Ahlgreen onto that wall as we have Driftland at night here as he comes into outside zone 3. Perfect from Adrian Ahlgreen so far, but it's, I don't know, judges just have judges' decisions. Most of these runs have been perfect, but clips as we roll into clip 6 here. Perfect from Adrian Ahlgreen. Slightly shallow though on clip 6 as he comes into clip 7 and across the line for Adrian Ahlgreen. Let's see what the judges have to say about his second run. And it is an 81.7 for Adrian Ahlgreen, which puts him in second position for now, right behind our championship leader, Darius Ostreika, as we move it on to Liam Skehill here in that lovely Toyota Sora, should I say. The Wild Monkeys driver, and he's putting on a huge run here as Liam Skehill, as he's just doing what Liam Skehill does, that Wild Monkeys driver in that beautiful Toyota Sora. He's just doing what he does best as he rolls it into clip 7 here, or clip 6. Okay, Keane, you need to wrap your head around this. You need to look at the track map for tomorrow and get your head dialed in. But yeah, so far Liam Skehill, good decent first run. Let's see what the judges have to say. And it is a 67 on the board from Liam Skehill. Let's see what he can do though, as Liam Skehill, big flick initiation into outside zone 1. Coming into outside zone 2 is Liam Skehill. He is not backing down easy. He knows he did not do good in that first run. Liam Skehill comes into outside zone 4 here. Slight decel into outside zone 4. And he's doing it. He a bit shallow down outside zone 4, coming into outside zone 5. Perfect from Liam Skehill here. Trying to rack up the points. Trying to rack up that, trying to get that top qualifying run as he rolls it into clip 7 and across the line from Liam Skehill, as we see what the judges have to say about that. And it is a 72.5 from Liam Skehill, just not good enough to get top spot in qualifying, but so far sits 6th in the drivers in the qualifying bracket so far, as we move it on to Pawel, sorry for my pronunciation here, Lisowski, but Pawel the outside zone 1 here, into outside zone 2, perfect from, gets really deep into that outside zone 2, as Pawel Lisowski comes into outside zone 4 with a slight decel, and he just nails it there as Pawel Lisowski, as he comes in here to outside zone 6, into outside zone 7, doing what Pawel Lisowski does, just a quick banker lap. Just get used to the conditions and to get used to the track. Let's see what the judges have to say about that one. And it is a 61.7 on the board for Pawel. See, can he improve? He knows that he didn't do well. You can tell the anger of Pawel Lisowski right now. He flicks an absolutely huge angle coming into outside zone 2 as Pawel Lisowski in the dark here in Driftland into outside zone 3. Slight decel coming into outside zone 4. Does he decel? Yes, it does. Just slight tap of the handbrake. Pawel Lisowski is doing what he does best here and just putting down an absolute banker of a run here, just trying to get as much qualifying points as he needs as he comes into clip 7. And a great run for Pawel Lisowski. Sorry about my pronunciations, I'm Irish, we're not the best at pronouncing things. Okay, we are well aware of this. When Brandon comes back, watch him be able to absolutely put these on perfect. But yeah, well, let's see what the judges have to say. Is it a 0 coming through for Pawel Lisowski? And the judges are just taking a quick look at his initiation. Was it a straight line initiation from Pawel Lisowski? And we have on the line, we have Omar in the weird Chinese car that nobody knows what is. And actually, we were meant to reveal what it was this round, and I'm not even sure what it is. It looks like a T-Sport Corolla in my eyes on the front end, with a cutout grille and cutout eyes, and God knows what the rest is. I will not lie to you. But yeah, it's a weird looking car, okay? But it's cool. It's different. We like different here at SVDS. As we just wait for a judge's decision to come true on Pawel, whether if, and it's a 0, and unfortunately Pawel I think it was a straight line initiation that just outdone him there, if I am correct in saying. And as we have Omar leaving the line in the T-Sport Corolla, I'm going to call it. Pawel is not letting that. Omar is not letting down though. What was that? 2 wheel drops on outside zone 2 there? We are not sure. But yeah, judges have a lot better cameras than I do. But as it comes in, slight decel into outside zone 4. And just putting down what he has to put down. A banker lap here from Omar in that T-Sport Corolla is what I'm going to call it. Yeah, that's what we're going to call it here as it comes to clip 7. Great run from Omar. Just needs improvements though in number 2. And it is a 72.3 in the board for Omar. He's going to have to improve in that if he wants to top step on qualifying. Well, you can tell the anger in that car. Big flick from Omar on outside zone 2. Can he perfect it? Oh, and he just about drops the wheel slightly as Omar in that T-Sport Corolla, as I'm going to call it from now on. He's just doing what he does best. I love the speed of this track. Round 4 is definitely my favourite track so far. It's just flat out one decel zone. Oh, did he just drop a wheel there coming out into clip 7? We will not know. We will wait for a judge's decision to come through. And do we have a judge's decision coming through here? And it is a 60 on the board for Omar and a 72.3. Will that keep him in the battles? We will not know until after. We have Talha on the line in that GR86. Let's see what Talha can do here. Big flick from Talha into outside zone 1 as he comes into outside zone 2. Quite shallow though from Talha, but nails that outside zone 2. Coming in outside zone 3 here. Perfect in outside zone 3 as we come into the decel zone in outside zone 4. Slight dab with a handbrake at outside zone 4. Perfect from Talha. Just putting down the banker run that he needs as we come into outside zone 6. Perfect from Talha again. Just slightly shallow though. Just doing what he has to do. Get used to the track. It's only your first run. That's what I'd do if I was doing SVDS this round. I'd calm down in the first run. We'll do what we need to do. And then in the second run, well, just stay flat until I either see God or a wall. Let's be honest here, I'm not the best at this sim drifting. But a 74.3 in the run for Talha. Let's see, can he improve? But a big flip from Talha as we see coming in here to outside zone 2. Perfect from Talha, but slightly shallow coming out. I don't know if that's the right line that judges want to see here, as he's just coming into the decel zone at the outside zone 4 into outside zone 5. Coming into outside zone 6 now from Talha. Let's see what he can do. No decel zone here. He has to take it flat and get that perfect on the throttle control into clip 7 and across the line from Talha. Let's see, can he improve or will he be deemed? And it is an 82. He does improve. Talha improves on that run. An 82 on the board for Talha puts him second in qualifying at the minute. For now, Let's see what he can do. Still our Champions League leader, Darius Ostreika. And we are putting up the group results here for Group A. We have Darius Ostreika with an 84.7, Nicholas with a 78.7, Emilis with a 52.7, David Mckeever with a 76, James Young unfortunately bowing out of competition with a 00, and he didn't unfortunately show up. Adrian with an 81.7, Liam Skehill with a 72.7, Pawel with a 61.7, Omar with a 72.3, and Talha coming in second so far with an 82. As we move it on to Group B here now, we have Ryan Parker, Brandon Carter, my fellow commentator, Kristaps RYZE, David Hunter, a name that I will definitely not try to pronounce, Seth, unfortunately, Seth Miller, Philip Radovanik, Edgars, Lewis Zanata, and Curls. As we just await for Group B to join up the server, I would like to thank one of our main sponsors here, GT Omega, especially for the prizes for this season that they have produced for us. The prizes, they're good prizes in fairness. Now, in fairness, if I knew about SVDS before round 3 and round 4, and I would have done it. With first place, £150 plus a GT Omega Art Cockpit. Second place, £150 plus a GT Omega Pro Series Gen 2 chair. Third place of £150 and £50 for the hard charger of the series. Once again, I'd like to thank GT Omega for coming on board with us and for next season as well. Continuing partnership with us is GT Omega, and I do like to thank them for that. And we're gonna go into the Twitch chat for Group C, but as we have Ryan Parker with, I don't know, what is that car? It looks like an E46 from the way I'm looking at it right now. An E46 compact. Now that is what I call Scotland for you. Yeah, clearly with the Scotland flag. Ryan Parker, with honestly my favorite car so far, the E46 compact, my favorite car. As we just await for the green lights to go here with Ryan Parker in that E46 compact. We know he's gonna go deep into that wall in that E46 compact. I can tell you that for a fact right now. As we just await for the lights to go green here at round 4 of S. We're going to take, as we just wait for still collecting the drivers, I'm going to go into the Twitch chat and we're going to get your opinions. We're going to just give me 2 seconds, okay? Give me 2. Oh, sorry, not the Twitch chat, the YouTube. I forgot. Sorry, Driftland. I'm very sorry. I'm getting mixed up with unfortunately, the other series that I do commentate, which is CNDS, an American comp. But yeah, finally Keane reads the chat. Yeah, I finally read the chat because I'm looking at quali sheets. Tomorrow, don't worry, I will be looking at the chat all together. Talha really is on a roll. Talha doing very well, I will not lie to you. Was great driving from everyone so far. Perfect driving from everybody so far. Unfortunately, with some people not showing up. And with Owen Magner, who is away at Irish Drift Championship round 4 so far, he unfortunately will not be turning up. And Connor Falvey, who's doing really well. And to be fair now, I wouldn't put it past him. He is trying his best to do what he does best over at Drift Masters this year. And you've seen Enrique with a top 8 finish. And I believe it was 5th in qualifying from Connor Falvey against the best in Europe, a 16-year-old. He's doing very well, and he's putting that first, and I wouldn't blame him. And hopefully we will see him more in Series 4 of Scottish Virtual Drift Championship, or Scottish Virtual Drift Series, should I say. Same thing. But yeah. Who has been your favourite driver so far, chat, is my question. I want to see who do you think's going to win the championship? Is Darius Ostreika going to take the championship here? All he has to do is qualify 5th or above to take that championship today. And he wouldn't even have to drive tomorrow. He wouldn't even have to show up tomorrow. And I'm hearing in the chat that the stream is lagging for some reason. Thank you. Selbito. I'm very sorry, unfortunately, for mispronouncing your name. See me and pronouncing names. I think it's the worst thing ever. I honestly think it's probably the worst thing I've ever done in my life. As we have Ryan Parker sitting here, waiting on the line, that E46 compact, patiently waiting. And fair play to him, he's very patient. If that was me, I would be kicking and screaming right now. I'd be like, just let me go, please. I can't wait to see Brandon. That's all I'll say. Stick around till the end. You're not going to want to miss any of these runs. To just see the lineup of drivers that we have for tomorrow is unbelievable. As we see Ryan Parker in that E46 compact. I told you he was going to go deep into that wall in outside zone 1 in that E46 compact. He can just line the back wheels with every single clip. That's what I love about this E46 compact. Is just as we come into outside zone 4, slight decel from that compact. Oh, but he drops 2 wheels. Is Ryan Parker in that E46 compact. He's doing quite well though, in fairness, for a compact. As we just see Ryan Parker coming back to the line. He knows he's going to have to put in a better lap than that. He knows darn rightly that that was not a good lap from Ryan Parker. As you can clearly tell, a 41 on the board for Ryan Parker. Let's see what he can do in the second run though. Ryan Parker, big flick right in the wall from Ryan Parker, right where he wants to be, into outside zone 2. Perfect as well from Ryan Parker. As we see him in that E46 compact, all he has to do is line up the wheels. He doesn't have to worry about anything else as he comes into the decel zone here. Slightly shallow in clip 4 though from Ryan Parker. Outside zone 5, perfect those. We come into outside zone 6. No decel here though, but a slight wheel drop onto the curb from Ryan Parker as we come into clip 7 and across the line from Ryan Parker. Great run from Ryan Parker there in that E46 compact. Something you usually wouldn't see is an E46 compact. As we just await for a judge's decision to come true. And it is a 69.7 for the memes with Ryan Parker in that E46 compact. Now we have my fellow commentator here for tonight, Brandon Carter. Let's see what he can do. If it was worth leaving the commentary box with me to put down a run, and Brandon Carter is surely doing what he does best here. I know he has got no practice on this track from only started practicing last night, but Brandon Carter putting down a perfect solid banker lap here is Brandon Carter in that lovely white and black S15 running Strom wheels. And he's just doing what Brandon does best, putting down a perfect banker lap as we come into as we see him in the second run. Brandon knows darn rightly. I know Brandon too well. He is saying to himself, that is not good. And also, I'd just like to point out that Brandon, he had to get his handbrake mount fixed and welded solid. In fairness, it's not as bad as Danny Devine though. Danny Devine has ratchet strapped his to his simulator. But yeah, a 49.7 so far. Let's see what the rest of the judges say. And a 73 on the board for Brandon Carter. Will that be enough though to put him into the battles? He knows darn rightly that isn't good enough as Brandon Carter. I know what he's going to do. Big flick. I knew Brandon was coming out with that as he comes into outside zone 2 as Brandon Carter, and that is 15. Outside zone 3, just slightly shallow though, but picks it up perfect from Brandon Carter as we come into outside zone 4. Slight decel though, just tap of the handbrake though from Brandon Carter as we come into outside zone 5. Pinpoint perfect from Brandon Carter, just putting that S15 where he wants it as it comes into outside zone 6. Absolutely flying as Brandon Carter on that S15. He wants the top qualifying. He wants to do best with a 360 for the fans as Brandon Carter. Let's